So the idea of Mexican students having interaction with the people from other countries was the main purpose for having this exchange program that has been growing a lot in the last 30 years. Mm-hmm. This university, since it is considered to be a high-tech university, the approaches that we follow to teach are very diverse. So we have high-tech education, like high-tech approaches in teaching, like, for example, game-based learning, active learning, flipped classrooms, inquiry-based learning. So students are going to be very active all the time. And the class environment is very dynamic because the students are the doers. Mm-hmm. You know, we have a before and an after in education in this school particularly, because before the approach that we used to have was mainly the direct instruction. Mm-hmm. And the students used to take notes, and teachers were mainly lecturers, and that was it. But now the role of teachers has changed to be like mentors. Mm-hmm. of the learning of the learning process of the students. So and now students are very active in class, very, very dynamic. And this is something that is working very, very well for these new generations, you know. And talking about the students, the Mexican students, well, also we have a before and an after. This new generation of Mexican students, of like Mexican young people, this young generation is very open to whatever is different, to everything that has a difference. Mm-hmm. So they are very communicative to people, to outsiders, for example. They feel very attracted to mm-hmm. outsiders, to people from other cultures, students, exchange students, for example. And before, well, we used to have like a different kind of students, well, based on all generations, but now is very, very different. And well, Mexicans in general are very friendly, very talkative. Mm-hmm. We like to communicate a lot, and very interactive. You see, so we are a collectivist culture. So that's why interaction and communication is very important to us.
It's right, right.
Course was designed for exchange students. Indeed. And this course has very strategic information, and it is like a guide for students that come from different parts of the world. And I didn't have like that idea until one French student told me, like, this course is very good because this course guided me through my semester or my year here in Mexico, and I knew how to socialize, how to interact with Mexicans. So it is like a guide that helps students, blend with society. We have information based on a historical approach. So we learn about traditions, celebrations, of course, history from a historical approach. So my point and my purpose in this course is foreign students understand why Mexico behaves like that, what is the origin of this country, where we come from a historical point of view. So actually, it has been very successful since the time I designed it. And it was almost, well, we have been teaching this course since 1995, but I redesigned it in 2003. And it has been very, very successful. And of course, I have been changing contents, and also I have been changing approaches, because the world is changing constantly. So we have to change that also.
Right.
Mhm.
It's good.
Students from Hong Kong, because I was thinking these days about that, like remembering, you see, remembering, because I usually have like between 35, 40 students in the class, and I have like 15 different countries. See, so I have to remember. So yes, I remember Grace and other students from Hong Kong. In general, I have to say that to me, it is a pleasure to work with them, because they are very disciplined people. And in some points, I will be mentioning like weaknesses and strengths, okay, like mixing them. Up to certain extent, I would say that, well, the first weeks of classes, they feel very shy, and I can understand why, because they are dealing with a totally different cultural order, and the language is totally different, so they have to learn a different code to communicate, and they feel like a little bit shy to interact. However, once that they feel comfortable, I have three words that describe the students from Hong Kong. One is they are inquisitive students, and we teachers love that because the questions that they ask are very challenging, because of course they have, or they make observations that sometimes we don't take into account, or we take for granted, because we are Mexicans, So they are very inquisitive, and that helps. That helps us a lot to realize about other contents and other information that probably we are just leaving aside. You see, and then the second word is they are sharp-witted. They are very, very intelligent, very smart people. That's why their questions are challenging. You see? Yeah, very, very smart, because they know how to ask questions, and they go directly to the point about what they want to know. You see? And the third word, they are assertive. Once that they feel very comfortable in the learning environment, they are assertive, and I personally really am grateful for that. See, because by them being assertive, that helps me realize about many things that sometimes I don't notice. See, so those three words are the ones that I would use to just to qualify the students from Hong Kong. Yeah. Well, I think that here it will be. The thing is that, coming to a country that is located on the other side of the world, to live here for one semester or a year, depending on the exchange program, it's something difficult, something very tough the students have to face. So what I think here, the areas they could improve is basically to prepare a little better before coming here in terms of information about Mexican society mainly, because as I said before, the main characteristic they noticed when they arrive here is Mexican people are very friendly, are very, very kind. And sometimes they might feel like foreign students might feel overwhelmed. Because yeah, believe me, here, if you make a friend, a Mexican friend, you're going to be part of the family. You see, and you're going to be invited to the family celebrations and weddings and all kinds of celebrations, you see, and you will be treated as another family member. So if you are not used to that, it's going to be a little bit overwhelming. And if you don't know anything about it, yeah, it might be very uncomfortable. You see, for cultures that are very different. So probably, Anna, that will be a very good thing to do, that they read a little bit more. I can suggest you some readings, okay? That they read a little bit more about Mexican society in general. Okay, not much about facts and figures about the country itself, but more like social behaviors. I think that would be very helpful for them. If you allow me, I can tell you very quickly about my own experience in another country when I was 23.
Right. How about the students? I mean, have you encountered, say, Hong Kong students when they study in Mexico, that you have that experience?
Oh, well, with the students from Hong Kong, well, actually, I haven't had any serious situation. But for example, the first week of classes, they feel like it's very difficult for them to communicate. You see, and then they feel shy, and there's no interaction. That's the example that I can think of, and then I notice that, and I am aware of it. So what I do is just I give a message to everyone. See, and I say, okay, here, nobody is, in terms of language, nobody is a native speaker of a language when I don't have people from the United Kingdom or from the United States or Canada. Because sometimes I have 40 students and all of us are non-native speaker of English. So I just try to release the pressure a little bit by giving them some messages that make them feel more comfortable. That's what I do. What I think it works. Okay, but yeah, that's talking about examples is the lack of communication, and I understand that they are stressed because they are in a different, totally different country. They get lots of information from the university during the first 2 weeks they are here, but lots, believe me, lots of information. They have to be aware of many things at the same time. And when we have all those things together, it's not easy to digest the situation we are going through. So it's basically in interaction and communication, the example that I can give you.